We are back in the safest city suburb in Houston, Texas. We are in Fulshear, and we are in one of the most slept on, underrated, unknown communities of Fulshear. We are in Fulbrook at Fulshear Creek, and we're checking out some of the most affordable, luxury, massive homes that you can build in all of Houston. We got 50 foots all the way on up to 80-foot possibilities out here, and they just opened up some brand new sections, and I want to go and check out some of your guys' favorite builders on my channel. We got Drees today, we got Highland Homes today, we got Perry today, and we got Newmark behind us, and this is actually the only place that you can build this model here for Newmark, and I want to make sure that you see all of those. We're going to talk over price points, we're going to talk about taxes, and you're not going to believe the property taxes on here before homestead. Absolutely unbelievable. I've never seen one this low on a luxury community that has these type of builders. So definitely stick around. And these, absolutely, I know I say that the chef kiss thing a lot, but this is going to be some of the prettiest model homes that I have ever showcased as a series from all of these builders in the community in this video, so you're not going to want to miss it. But now let's hop into the video. So first up, we are going to go and check out Highland Homes. I am standing in front of the 218 plan. This is the same plan as the new model home that was just opened in Ellison, but I think that you are going to love what they did with the place in here. If you are new to the channel, you may not know that I am a Highland Homes fanboy, card holding member. Me and my wife bought a Highland Home, so we absolutely love them. And if you got a big one story, you can almost believe that Aaron has it on his channel and he's going to check it out. And so I'm adding to the collection today, but let's go and check this beautiful home out. And at the end, we'll talk about price points and all those things, availability, all the stuff that you care about. We'll talk about that after we wrap up with this beautiful home. So I like this layout because it kind of reminds me of a different take, a one-story take on the 224 plan, with how beautiful that cathedral ceiling is. Oof, that's crazy. But yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous plan in here, gorgeous finishes. Looking at pricing in here, I know I said we were going to talk about that later, but I see the sheet in front of me and I don't want to forget about it. So pricing, you got base prices going from like $590 all the way on up to the 224 plan that I just mentioned at $700,000. So $590 to $700,000, depending on how big you want to go. But man, just look at the finishes, the touches in here. Nice size secondary rooms. I believe that space is actually modified a little bit. Let's see. Nice little butler's pantry. Gorgeous. All right. Check out the living room and the primary suite. Tons of natural light. Tall ceilings in a little secondary space. I also like this one because you can be cooking and stuff in here and still be entertaining this actual living room space. It's super good for entertaining layout. Big parties up in here. Gorgeous. Now, knowing what I know, this is also going to be a bump out. You'd probably pay a few thousand just to get that extra space over there, but on a house like this, I would say it's always a good decision to do the little bump out for Highland Homes. It just changes how the layout feels altogether. But you got a great size room. Even without it, you would still have, what's this, about 7 or 8 feet from a king size bed to the wall. So you would still have more than enough room for a dresser right here, even if you didn't have this bump out. But I think it changes the whole vibe. If you can put some more furniture or a couch there, I think it changes the whole vibe. I'm trying to make this do justice. Zebra lines are unpaid actors. Sorry, people. All the natural light in here. Fighting with the regular lights. This is gorgeous. Let's see if I can show you this side. Fighting the zebras. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Gorgeous. But yeah, that is the 218 plan. We'll go and stop and look at the sheet one more time so we can make sure that we know exactly what this plan is going for, just in case you wanted to come out here and recreate it yourself. They have this listed at 656. It's like 2,900 square feet as it stands right now. So it is not quite 3,000, but you can definitely make some modifications to get a little bit more square footage in some of the spots. I've also seen where that oversized laundry was at. I've also seen that used as like a flex room where you could put like gym equipment. So I've seen some different modifications of that plan in different places, but that is gorgeous. As far as all dolled up, when you get the upgraded elevation and you're doing stuff like the oversized patio and you're doing the sliders, there was quite a few dollars thrown at what this house would normally look like versus what this looks like. I would say a good rule of thumb with any of these builders, if you're trying to get fairly close to what the model's looking like, you should expect to spend about 10% on cosmetics and structural changes. So if you got a house that is, you know, 650, 700,000, I would expect like bare minimum to spend 60, 70, $80,000, somewhere around there, just for the structural. Because if you want, again, to change the elevation of something a little bit prettier, if you want that slider, if you want some of those beams and things that most people are going to add to kind of mimic the model, you're going to spend about 10% on structural and cosmetic. But that is the 218 plan. Absolutely gorgeous. They have 5 in their second to last section, and he said he has like 50 lots coming in his next section. So they got about a year and some change still left out here. So if you want a big Highland home and you're not coming to be my neighbor out in Meridiana, you would still have another shot out here. They're going to be a little bit more expensive out here. However, we'll talk about the lower tax rate in a little bit. You might actually come out ahead over here just based on the tax rate. So beautiful home to start us out. We're gonna now go and probably check out this Drees home because I've never seen this model. It kind of mimics what the old model home looked like in Meridiana, but y'all definitely haven't seen this one on the channel in a while, and I think that you're gonna love it. Let's go check that one out. A little wine room. That's a nice touch. Gorgeous. Now this entryway to me feels like a mix of the current Leighton plan, which I absolutely love on this channel, which is their 80-foot model in Meridiana, except where this little wine bar is, they just have like a hutch with some cabinetry in that model. And then kind of where those construction guys were, there's like a little study, a soft study off of the front. So it's a little bit different, but some of the elements are the same as the Leighton plan as far as this little eating nook, the sliders, the tall ceilings up here. A lot of these things are similar to the Leighton plan, just to kind of give you an idea about what we're looking at over here. Gorgeous. Gorgeous pantry. And then that area Right behind me is the sales team's office. So now we're about to go and check out the primary. Let me know what y'all think about that. But I'm a fan of Drees. Drees is one of those more custom leaning builders here. And so they're not full on custom in that they have plans that they already have kind of set aside that you can modify, and it kind of speeds up the process a little bit more because they have a base plan that you can choose from and say, for example, I want the latent, but I want a bigger game room. Whereas a true custom builder, you're going from the ground up with nothing kind of set aside. So it helps speed up the process a little bit, but it's going to be a little bit longer because they're giving you so much interaction. So on a house that is this size, that would typically be 6 to maybe 7 months with a Highland Homes or a Perry. You're probably getting into that 9 to 12 month kind of range with a Drees, for example, but you have so much more freedom to bump out a window or a bed or give you an oversized patio that is not as standard, or cut a door here that is a little bit different than other builders would do. You have that right with Drees as the more custom builder here in this area. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Black and white wood tones for me on my villain arc. That's what I like to see for a color scheme. I'll never get tired of seeing it. Yeah, nice size cabinet system again. This is one of those things that you could go through them or have them say, hey, I just want you to do the built-ins for my shoes and then I'll do the rest, or you can have them do the whole thing. That's the beauty of going with a builder like a Drees, is you got those more custom touches that some of the other builders just aren't gonna touch. They might just give you a rack and just a bar in here. Otherwise, you'd have to do it all on your own. But if you wanted to do it through the builder like Drees, you could do that. But what did y'all think about this beautiful home? I don't think I could ever get tired of that. Crazy. So yeah, gorgeous. 4-bedroom, game room, study. Pretty much what most people are gonna need if they're gonna come and move out here to this style of a home, this size of a home. That's the bare minimum of spaces that you're probably gonna want. You may be shy, like the overall game room. If you're considering that just your media space, you might be shy that one space, but again, with a builder like Drees, that's something that you could customize. Unfortunately, out here for them, they are on their last like 7 houses. They have stuff that is, they've already, unfortunately, because people were a little bit slow to build on those lots, they've already started them as inventory. They got stuff that's gonna be from like $575 all the way on up to like $890. And so I'll tell you that Denise said, Aaron, if you bring me somebody, if somebody comes from your channel and they got a price that is within reason, we're willing to make a deal before they move to their next community, kind of similar to the 80-foot Perry home that we're about to go check out. These guys also are moving to Fulshear Lakes, which is probably like 7 minutes away from here. So some of these people that are kind of in waiting, if you want a big house right now, you don't want to wait into the new sections for these big 80-foot lots. Fulshear Lake, I believe, is supposed to get both Drees as well as Perry Homes. So you would have some opportunities coming up a little bit sooner than maybe waiting for these brand new sections over here. But that's what we got for the moment being. And Denise, like I said, Denise was like, hey, if you got somebody and they're even within the realm of possibility of a reasonable price, we can make it happen out here. So let me know. If you ever come out here, tell her that Aaron sent you, show her this video so she remembers that it was Aaron that brought you out here. And when the time comes to really take care of you and make sure that you're being represented in the best way possible, I'll make sure that you actually get that great deal. Now, we do have a couple more from Perry, and then we have the two-story. I think I'm gonna save the two-story for last just because it's the one two-story out here today. Although I am a lover boy for the one stories, I know that y'all really, really love on this channel, the two stories, and so we're gonna save that one for last. But now let's go and check out the 60-foot model for Perry, and then we'll go and check out the 80-foot model, like I said, that you can also build in the Fulshear Lakes, which is right around the corner from here. Or you can wait until, let's say, March, April of next year when they're gonna open the new lots for the 80-foot section and build it out here. But I just want you to see everything that you got available to you, all these beautiful builders that you can get out here. And again, the safest city suburb in all of Houston and Fulshear, Texas. So up front, you got the 3-car garage. You got the 2 bedrooms and a game/media room. I believe this is planned at 3112, so just over 3,000 square feet if you're not aware with how the naming convention is for Perry Homes. So 3,112 square feet, give or take, is about what you are getting in this home. Tons of natural light. Gorgeous. So one of the things that I absolutely love about Perry Homes is that for me, when I'm showing a house or when I'm showing a model, many times, like even some of the models that we saw here today, I'm going through and I'm counting just the amount of upgrades that would happen after you've kind of gone under contract and you go to the design center. Or before you even get to the design center, just the amount of structural upgrades to maybe make windows bigger, make doors taller, that sort of thing. And with Perry, although their immediate finishes aren't typically just like going to be super modern, they're not going to just like knock your socks off. A lot of this stuff in here isn't super upgraded. Like depending on this plan, to have the uppers may not even be an upgrade. To have windows this size isn't going to be an upgrade. To have the upper windows up there isn't going to be an upgrade. That's going to be a standard like Perry plan, which not all builders can really say that. So as we look at this house behind me, I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to get as close as I can, but there's a house across this creek that has, like, no lie, like 25 windows on their back wall. It's truly like a wall of windows. And that would have just been a structural base for that plan. You didn't have to do anything, spend any extra money. So you could literally come in here and make it as pretty as you want it. And then they're going to give you, especially on the one story, they're going to give you higher than standard ceilings. So this is way taller than that 11 and 12 foot that some people are going to give you in a one story. That hallway is going to feel a lot wider than you would get in most people with a 60 foot. It's just going to be a little bit more grand, especially for my one stories. My big one story lovers typically have a hard time walking away from a Perry home just because some things just feel more elegant. They feel more luxe. Like this back patio, this is probably a little bit oversized, but it's not going to be anything crazy. And the base probably stops about where that table is, right? So it's not too much that they're adding to you with the Perry home. Yeah, standard windows, just coming with the plan. Standard windows, just coming with the plan. Standard ceilings. There's just little touches that are going to just be base in here. Standard ceilings. One closet. See if they give you another one. That's a little small. See if they give you another one. That's linen. Another closet. So yeah, from a finish standpoint, if you got the design eye, you can make this whatever you want, right? I'll say from my experience that in the design center, some of the other builders have a little bit more of a selection, but you can get to about what you want it to look like, as modern as you want it to go. If you got the budget and you're willing to pay for it, you can get as modern as you want, or you can go as, they have a lot more traditional sort of stuff in the Perry collections, but you can make this thing look how you want. What you can't take away from though is how wide these corridors feel, how wide that front door is, how naturally big most of their patios that they give you without an upgrade are, how big their Texas size oversized patios are. That's just some stuff that you can't take away from Perry Homes. Loving it. But yeah, over here, similar to the Highland Homes, they're going to be over here. They're down to their last few in the 50 foots, and they have another section of 60 foots coming up here. They're going to be anywhere from high fives to about 7 if you're just like really going for it. Over here, probably like 750 is probably about where you would max out, but they're going to have some gorgeous plans that give you everything you need, from the spiral staircases, or they'll give you the media and the game rooms on the 2 stories. You'll get whatever you need over here with this builder. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So as we make our way to the 80-foot model, there's a couple things I want to talk to you about. The first thing is that we are in Lamar Consolidated ISD, which is a highly rated school district here in the greater Houston metro. And when you look at a lot of the school data and the school ratings around here, they're looking at like B+ and higher. Most of them are A's associated with this community. And so one of the benefits of this community being here as long as it has been, it's been building over, I believe, like 10 or 12 years now, is that enough of the people have been here. They've started to receive a lot of that tax money, right? The schools are adjusted. They're starting to test well because a high caliber type of person has been living here for a decade now. And so you'll start to see that in the school system. You'll start to see just overall, just a well manicured, well loved, well taken care of community, because it's always been a high caliber buyer that wanted a little bit of a slower paced life, that was out here, and they've been reaping the benefits of being out here in this little secluded area for 10 plus years now. The other part of that is the crazy part that I haven't even told you yet, is that because they've been out here for so long and the community is the size that it is, they've been able to pay down a lot of those mud taxes that would be in this area. And so if you know anything about me, you know that I live in Meridiana. Meridiana is one of the most affordable communities in all of Houston, but we have still one of the highest property taxes. We're still in that like 3.1, 3.2 when it comes to property taxes. Because they have been out here and they're nearing the end of their journey as a new construction build community, their property taxes right now without a homestead are 2.6%. And so even though the houses are going to cost a little bit more upfront here from just a numerical standpoint, your overall payment is going to be much lower than mine for the same cost of a house. If you were to get a house that was $550,000, you would technically pay less out here than we pay in Meridiana as one of the most affordable communities in all of Houston, just because, again, a lot of those mud bonds and taxes that you've been paying over the years is getting close to being paid off and paid out here. And because the community is almost nearing the end, they've been able to basically just put big chunks towards those bonds and get that property tax lower, and you're reaping the benefits of being one of the nicest, most luxurious communities that I've ever seen with this caliber builder, with a property tax at nearly 2.5. Is crazy to me. And it's something that if you're looking for a luxury, beautiful home like the ones that we're showcasing today, and you want low property taxes, this is one of the lowest that I have seen. I know that you can kind of go to some of these one-off communities, sometimes built by like a D.R. Horton, Pulte, Syntex, Lennar. Some of these communities can get you some of these lower property taxes, but it's not going to come with the amenity package. It's not going to come with the overall typical beauty that you're going to get in this caliber of a community, because this is just a more high-end community. But that was a lot of yapping to say that the property taxes are low and the schools are really good. Let's get back into what y'all care about, which are these gorgeous homes and what you can get over here in Fulbrook. Little Jack and Jill over here. again, finish wise, there's some things that I would do differently, but the layout, gorgeous layout. Talking about before, not many people do patios like Perry, especially on that 1-stories. Huge slider. Looking at, in most cases, like I was telling you earlier, a house with 30 windows on the back. Gorgeous, gorgeous. What's up, little brother? Wallpaper. Ooh. Now my wife is all into wallpaper, but do y'all like wallpaper like that? First off, is this wallpaper? No, it's not wallpaper. They just did some ombre kind of painting. Okay, I like that. Hey, yo. Tell me what y'all think about that. Looks like another one of y'all just called. Appreciate the love. Get to you later. Sorry about that, whoever this is. Super pretty. Nice size closet. Connecting to your laundry room. Like most people love here in Texas. Looks like you got another closet in here. Huge. 2 huge closets. My goodness. So yeah. Big old house, big old 1-story. One of my favorite builders to do it. Again, you got 4 beds and a game room here, and a study. So again, the only space that you would probably be missing is to actually have a game and a media space. But yeah, I'm a fan. All right, so Miss Sharon did confirm they are supposed to get some new lots here top of the year. I'll show it to you. I don't know if it'll do you any much, but they're supposed to get 21 lots coming here at the top of the year. She's thinking springish. For those that can't wait, kind of like I mentioned earlier, she has a few lots that she can get going in Fulshear Lakes, which, like I said, is right around the corner. Premiums are going to be anywhere from 20 to about 50K right now, depending on if you need a lake lot, if you need oversized, if you need cul-de-sac, no back neighbor, that whole thing. You'll have a few variations of what you can do and what you can get in Fulshear Lakes. Again, we'll come back when Fulshear Lakes is all the way ready, when the Drees model When the Empire model, when the Perry model's already over there, we're gonna go out there and actually do that video. They're not quite ready for prime time yet. But yeah, just wanted to make sure that you know that you had that info. And if you were wanting you a really big Perry house and an 80-foot is calling your name, you'll be able to do it in another community right around the corner from here. And so we've seen some beautiful model homes today. We've seen the stunning 218 plan from Highland Homes. We've seen the gorgeous Drees homes that is a custom builder out here. We've seen two of some of the prettiest one-story layouts that you can get for Perry Homes, and we have a crazy 60-foot model that you can only get out here in this community. What's even crazier is that you've been watching this video for like 20 or 30 minutes now and you haven't called, texted, emailed, hit me with a carrier pigeon, whatever you got to do. Well, that person called, but you haven't called, and I'm waiting on your call. So I'll give you a couple seconds to do that. Come on. You can do it. Come on. But no, in all seriousness, I want to be that resource to you. We've probably got 1,000 communities here, and we got like 50 active master plan communities building thousands of homes in those communities. And the only way that you can stay on top of that is if you have someone that is plugged in, that has the relationships with these builders like I do, to know what the best deals are, what the best incentives are, and make sure that you're not overpaying in this market. The only way I can do that is if you hit me up, or if you do like some of my clients have been doing as of late, you come here and say, hey, Aaron sent me, I'm working with him. I'll make sure that when the time comes and the contract is out and the money is on the line, that you get the absolute best deals. I've done some crazy things and been able to get some crazy incentives over the last 6 months. More on that in the next video as we get things kind of rolling on that one. But man, in all seriousness, I really want to be that resource to you. I've done so many deals with all of these builders at this point that I can pretty well tell you within a couple minutes whether or not that's the best deal that they can do, or if we can make them compete with another community neighboring here to make sure that we get the absolute best deal for you. But again, the only way I can do that is if you hit me up or if you put my info down. But now let's get into this crazy gorgeous home by Newmark. Behind me is kind of like a baby Versailles plan. The Versailles plan is the one that y'all really love on this channel, and the Bridgeland is the big 80-foot model in Bridgeland. This is like their little 60-foot baby model of it with the little courtyard peekaboo. I don't know if you can see it, but let's go check this one out and let me know what you think. Gorgeous. So this is what I mean when I'm comparing this to, let's say, a Perry, right? From an aesthetic standpoint, is not really a comparison. Like, not many people do a home like Newmark is gonna do. Let's get back into it. Little courtyard, not quite as big as the Versailles, but of course the Versailles is a 20-foot wider home. But just the touches, man, this is gorgeous. My goodness. Separate dining. Gorgeous little touches. Two-story family room. Everybody loves that. That loves a two-story. Wall of windows. Dream kitchen. Oh. Insane. Absolutely insane. Natural lighting, villain, modern villain color scheme. Crazy first floor. Crazy first floor already, man. But yeah, just the touches, brick selection, elevations, gorgeous with Newmark. Newmark, I love a Highland home, but from a design standpoint and a cosmetic standpoint, Newmark is probably, if I had to pick a favorite builder from a consistent, just with color schemes and facades and elevations and all the things that they pick, Newmark is probably my favorite builder. And I know for those that have been around, it used to be like, who's your favorite builder? You say everybody's your favorite builder. But from a cosmetic standpoint and just overall just like look and design, the one that hits the ball out of the park the most for me is Newmark. They just give you elements that are just more high design, more high finish than most of the builders give you out here. And they're also a little bit more semi-custom than most of the rest of the production builders. They are themselves a production builder, but I've been told so many times by the builders reps is like, if you're willing to pay for it, we'll do it. We will not tell you no, sort of thing. So for little modifications, making your bedroom a little bit bigger, you would have an easier time doing that with them versus, let's say, a Highland Homes or let's say a Perry Homes, for example. Those two builders kind of want to stick to their more standard modifications. Newmark will let you step outside of that as long as the development will allow it and you're willing to pay for whatever design change or drawing change, whatever. As long as you're willing to pay for it and the work and the material, they'll do it. But gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Let's get this show back on the road. Let's go check out the rest of the first floor. We haven't looked at the primary bedroom yet, and we haven't checked out any of upstairs. So let's go see what you think about that. I'm liking these little alcove lighting. Ooh. Marissa, we might have to, hey boo, when you see this, we might have to stick this little idea. I'm liking that. Hold up. Yeah, I'm liking that. I don't know how we're gonna make that happen around the trim of our room, but we might have to stick that one. Super spacious in here. Standard shower. I feel like that tub is huge. Closet. What's this? Linen maybe? Yeah, linen. One knock that I would have about this is the closet space. This is smaller than our closet, and we're in a 50-footer in Meridiana. But this bathroom is much wider, much more luxe than I would say than our current bathroom is, but that closet is a little small, and that would probably not be enough for us. But again, with building, I'm sure there will be plans that are bigger than this, that you could get a bigger closet, or you could pay for a more closet because you can do those modifications. It's always a way, right? If you're willing to pay for it. Now let's go check out upstairs and let me know what you think. Love it. Peekaboo on both sides. Game room area. Media room, loving it. Love Love it, love it. So bedroom back there, rooms back there. And my guy is using this as an office. Oh, pretty good, man. How you doing?
Pretty good.
All right, so that was a gorgeous plan. Base plan on this one is like 665, give or take. So nothing too crazy. It's a nice size home. Again, you're gonna have the ability to do some modification. Newmark is gonna have some standard things that are options for different layouts that you can choose. If you want it to be all dolled up like this one, you're probably gonna be somewhere in that like mid to upper sevens because it's a model home and they kind of go all out on their model homes. But that is the video for today. You got gorgeous luxury builders. You have a wide variety of homes from 50 foot all the way on up to 80 foot. You have some of the best rated schools in Lamar Consolidated ISD, and you have some of the lowest taxes in all of Houston for a luxury new construction community like this. What more do you want? What more can you ask for? But is it enough to make you pass up some of the more well-known communities like Cross Creek West, Pecan Ridge, Jordan Ranch, Tamaron? Is it enough to make you pass by all of those communities and come out here to Fulbrook?